So it looks like you're having a little bit of acne issues right now. If you'd like, we can just examine what might be the underlying causes for those outbreaks and see if we can remedy them in a less harsh, less chemically way if you'd like. Okay, cool. If we have to get to that level, there's no shame to getting to that level. Sometimes it just has to be done. Unfortunately, there's a lot of chemicals and additives to our food, our water. There's a lot of hormones going into the water. It's turning the freaking frogs gay. So naturally, it's going to show up on your face. But if there's anything we can do before having to get to that level, it's best to just see if we can take those steps so as to avoid something harsher. So I have here a little chart. It's a facial chart that's going to reflect what might be going on with your face. I noticed that there's some blackheads on your nose, as we can see. That has to have some relationship with the pancreas. So your pancreas, a way to remedy that holistically is using black seed oil. Another way to holistically remedy that is using pore strips, of course. If you don't like to use pore strips, there's also some like Korean, Japanese pore strips too that are pretty interesting. You can also try doing some like oil pulling. I would not recommend at all popping your blackheads whatsoever. The issue is that you will basically, by pushing them, there's going to be pressure going upwards that then pops whatever sebum, whatever grease, whatever dirt and debris is collected there. But it'll also press whatever you don't get down. So in the same way it's popping up, it's also going down. And when it goes down, it starts to build an even heavier pore, and then, or an even heavier like foundation for like more debris and sweat and like whatever nasty other stuff happens. And then as it starts to build outwards, the pore itself on your nose gets wider because it's more gunk inside of it. And even after you cleanse out that entire area, that like open pore remains. So I would highly recommend deeply washing your face in general with a gentle cleanser every single day, even twice a day, depending on your routine. If you sweat, if you exercise, if you are someone who produces a lot of oils, twice a day, and with cold water. Start with warm water just so that way your pores are open. Wash, 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 wash very deeply in circular fashions like this. You're gonna want to go like in circles, 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 circles. So that way it really stirs the blood, gets the lymphatic system going, allows it to drain, 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 drain. And then it allows all of those dirt and debris to just exit your body and just kind of like run away, run away. Now, if you're getting some acne in between your eyebrows, this is related to your liver. So there's a lot of like bile collecting between your brows. This could include alcohol consumption, although I don't think that applies to you. This could include some fats, like eating a lot of fatty food, let alone like potato chips. Things with like high oils to them, like high vegetable oils to them. That's really not good for your liver. If there are acne related issues popping up on your forehead, this is related to the small intestine, which is once again, of course, part of your digestive system. This digestive, or this small intestine, large intestine, can be very much remedied with probiotic foods. This can include chia seed yogurt. This can include kimchi. This could include sauerkraut. This can include like probiotic sodas, kombucha. These are all super different types of yogurts, not just chia seed as well. These are all really good probiotic remedies for both your large and your small intestines. So if you also get acne here, like around your nasobonial creases, then that has to do with poor gut microbiome health. Do you feel like your mood is kind of like wacky? Do you feel like you get overwhelmed and stressed, kind of like singularly focused as if the world is going to end, or you're getting like, as I said, like overwhelmed, like easily for no reason, and then you kind of like regret it, you feel bad about it, and you go into the spiral, that's related to your gut health. If you have a well-nourished gut, if you have well-nourished intestines, this will really soothe those emotions down. A lot of those emotions are actually very like primal. It's like very instinctual. So if your stomach isn't like, if its needs aren't being met, then it's going to send a lot of like pain signals to the brain that you should be stressed right now, that you should be anxious because it's not being like, its needs are not being met. And it's like, if its needs are not being met, then you might be like in danger or something. Probiotic foods soothe those instincts and allow your system to work very smoothly. That's the aim of the game, is using your face to better gauge like what might be going wrong with your system. That's the nice thing about not necessarily using chemicals, because chemicals might get the job done, but it will mask the symptoms of what might be going on inside of your body. It'll like blind you to the inner signs. Anyways, around your chin is very notoriously hormonal. It's pelvic organs. So when it comes to the gonads, when it comes to your uterus, when it comes to your period, when it comes to the fluctuations of your time of the month, that's when you're going to start seeing pimples and bumps right here, right there. Once again, you're going to want to take a gentle cleanser, smooth it out, start off with warm water, so that way your pores are nice and open, the steam opens it up, and it's good to remove some toxins. Double cleanse, once in the morning, once at night if you'd like. Get all of those debris out, seal your pore back up with cold water so it tightens again. And then after you seal it up with cold water, you could want to do an exfoliator, but only like once or twice a week. This is the one that has like the more like beads, it's more textured. This is just to really get out anything that might be like nasty or whatever. And then seal it up with the cold water, and then use a serum so that way it really nourishes your skin depending on your like facial composition. I can tell that your face is a little oily, so you're going to want to use a water-based serum. If your face was drier, you would want to use an oil-based serum. And then, of course, moisturize. Once a week, you're going to want to do like a clay mask. This is also going to penetrate deep into the pores and remove any debris. But yeah, that's kind of like the lay of the land that I'm seeing so far. I'm also seeing some acne on your cheeks here. That has to do with your stomach. So a lot of your issues are really due to hormonal shifts and digestive issues. For your stomach, a good remedy would be, of course, avoiding toxins, so drinking plenty of green tea. You don't have to drink caffeinated green tea. You can drink decaffeinated green tea. And eating 50 grams of fiber a day. So pay mind to like whole grain foods, whole grain breads. A lot of the breads that are sold on the market today are pretty much just kind of like pieces of cardboard with bleach in them. I would say just really look at the bread that only has like 3 or 4 ingredients. Granted, it's going to be like $7, and it's like you could also make your own bread. It's going to be a bit of a headache, but look at the ingredients that you're consuming. If it has a ton of ingredients, it might be making your stomach a little nervous. And if it's making your stomach nervous, it's going to make you hormonal, it's going to make you stressed, and it'll make your face break out. Furthermore, of course, pay attention to the products you're putting on your face. You're going to want to put products on your face that are going to be gentle and compatible, get along with your face, but also get the job done. Okay. So once again, I'm going to show you a little trick so that way you keep up with lymphatic cleansing. You're going to want to just really just kind of like separate your forehead like that, kind of follow the muscle lines underneath your forehead. Then you're going to want to give your temples a good rub, kind of circularly. Go down your nose, under your eyes, really getting all the toxins from underneath there. Go down your cheeks, down your neck, and into your collarbone, where then it'll drain out anything that might be damaging to your face. Okay? Okay, perfect. Well, in that I hope you took something out of this face exam, and if you need any more help, please let me know. Take care. And